Hi, good morning. Welcome to our MIL class. So, let us have some sort of discussion with regards of some important topics now that you need to know with this subject. So let's start with the introduction to media, information, and literacy. So these are our objectives for this lesson. So first, explain the opportunities provided by the internet to empower people. And second, cite personal experiences and the effects of the power of media and information. So before we proceed, I want you to somehow think now or tell me the name of the icons or what are these icons that I'm gonna share with you. So starting with this one, yes, it's Facebook. How about this? We always use this one. We have YouTube. Also, how about this one? Familiar? Yes, it's Wikipedia. No, and also we have this one, which is Twitter. And also this familiar, yeah, it's Amazon. How about this one? Yes, it's Friendster. I don't know if you're still, I don't know if you know this platform, but us millennials, this was our Facebook before. No, we really buy some time to access Friendster back then. Okay, so I have here some sort of quotation which says, content is fire, social media is a gasoline. So later, will be able to realize no the meaning or what does this quotation is trying to imply, okay, and that's according to Jay Baer. So yeah, okay, so media and information literacy. So this concept, no, sabi dito, it accentuate an individual's capability, okay, to exercise his or her fundamental human rights, specifically the right to express his or her opinion using any kind of media platform and the right to access information responsibly. Okay, so this one, it focuses on our capability, okay, to use our right, no, to exercise that right, no, that human right that we have been able for us to express the opinions that we have, the talents that we have, what else? The knowledge that we have if we are trying to share that per se, no? But it needs to have some sort of sense of responsibility. Okay? So when we say media, no, it is a plural form of medium, which broadly speaking describes as channel of communication. Remember during your oral communication days, no, your oral com teacher taught you what does medium is all about. So it's the channel wherein the communication occurs, no? So it could be through printed paper, digital communication, digital platform, be it through news, no, or through educational content, and many other forms of information. So anything that can reach or influence people, including phones, television, the internet, the technology that we have nowadays, no, they are considered as form of media. Okay? So when we say literacy naman, it's your ability to identify. Again, it's ability. No, it is something that you possess as an individual for you to identify, to understand, to interpret, to create, to communicate, and compute using any printed or written materials that is associated in any varying contexts. And also, when we say you are literate, you are capable not to read and to write. Okay? So, communication naman is affected by media and information because of the advancement of the technology and the availability of different communication services. No, so those concepts that we tackled a while back, no, the media, the literacy, both of them, no, affects communication. Now we are able to gather information because the medium that we are using right now are more advanced, no, more high-tech kumbaga, 'di ba? Like if before the form of communication or the medium of the communication that we only have is through telephone or through snail mail, no, nowadays, since we have this technology that is really that advanced, we are capable to chat them, no, or to simply video call, right? Try to imagine that. So basically communication is really that affected, no, by the advancements that we are seeing nowadays. So according to this infographic that we have, no, the average time that we spend, by the way, this was during 2019 pa. No, I don't know nowadays. No, I haven't searched it yet, but if you do have your spare time, you can go ahead and do that. No, so 76 million active social media users. That's how the Philippine grew, no, in terms of social media. No, that is 71% of the population, and more likely we spend 4 hours and 12 minutes average time spent per day. That's the average. That's not the highest. That's not the highest number that we have no when we talk about the time that we spend in the internet. It's just the average. So medyo matagal din, no? But how about you? How many hours you spend using the social media? Okay. So yeah, another infographic here. So this is the stats, no, December 2023 to December 2024. That was last year. No, so you see there's this significant numbers, no? Maraming nag-spend ng times in Facebook, in Pinterest, in YouTube, some with Reddit, no? Si Reddit late ko lang siya nakilala, pero sobrang controversial, no? Yung mga bagay na sinashare doon. Okay. So yeah, we have here this. Yan, kayo nang bahalang tumingin kung ano yung mga websites na nandiyan. Hindi, I don't know if you are visiting those, no? Pero yun. More likely, some of you, or all of us are accessing Google, YouTube, yeah, this website that we have, the Chat GPT. Mind you, this was last year, so more likely mas marami na ngayong taon. Okay. So media information and technology literacy. So media literacy, it highlights the capacity of an individual. Again, capacity, no, to understand the functions of media and to know the relevant, or to know the importance of using of media platforms. So this means that an individual knows how to use or manage media accounts or media platform. So when you say that you are media literate, you are capable to understand the significance, the importance of that platform, and you know how to access it. Okay. Information literacy naman, acquiring of data or facts that relates to the use of media information. So this involves a careful and thoughtful way of gathering information legally, avoiding such pitfalls as violating intellectual property rights and plagiarism. So that's information. When you say that you are information literate, you know what are the do's and don'ts, no, in accessing information from the internet. Okay. The technology literacy, it's your skill, no, it's our skill to manipulate the technology independently, with the assistance of others in using the technology in an efficient or suitable way. Like for example, creating PowerPoint presentation, editing a video, shooting a certain video, no, that's technology literacy. You are capable to manipulate the technology on your own, or sometimes there's this assistance, no? But yeah. So media literacy, on the other hand, is the ability to access, evaluate, manipulate, and produce media in variety of forms, while the information naman, ability to identify that there is a need for information to locate, evaluate, and use of information effectively to solve a problem, and technology literacy, applying newfound knowledge from digital environments, participating in digital media, organizing, and evaluating information. Example, for the media literacy, no, Billy knew that the news he saw on Twitter is fake. No, for the information literacy, Jenny is aware of how media influences individuals. That is why she doesn't let her 3-year-old brother watch violent themed movies and shows. Technology literate, Ali creates video content for his weekly vlog by demonstrating his exceptional ability to use his camera to shoot and his laptop to edit. Okay, so Let's proceed with the power of media and information. We have this term citizen journalism. When you say citizen journalism, it involves private individuals who are normally the consumers of journalism generating their own news content. Okay, so who are those? Who are those private individuals? That's us. No, so we are the citizens. No, who are collecting, reporting, analyzing, disseminating news and information. No, so we just as professional journalists would, creating what is known as user-generated content. So sa citizen journalism, any private individual, no, who are trying to give information, giving analysis, disseminating news, disseminating information, that is citizen journalism. No, you saw a certain accident, you took a picture, you posted it, it's citizen journalism. No, you saw someone being dragged on the street, you took a video or you posted about it on your Facebook or on your Twitter or even on your TikTok, that is citizen journalism. No, you are generating or we are generating our own news content, di ba? So, Marie, Keith, Maringbe, and Mokondo in 2018 gathered various definitions of citizen journalism. So these are those, no? The gathering and reporting of news by people who are not trained as professional journalists. So citizen journalism is a type of journalism wherein being posted or being manipulated by those people, those citizens who aren't really that trained, unlike with a professional journalist, but still they are capable to share the news. No, just like with the example that we had a while back. This one is kind of rampant in Facebook. No, like ang daming nagte-trendings doon, yung binaril, yung sinabunutan, yung ipinahiya, no, those are news, no, that we could see that are being provided by a private citizen. So that is citizen journalism, no? Also, the instance when people, otherwise known as the audience, employ the press tools they have in their profession to inform one another. So, what are those possible press tools? It's our camera, it's the platform, it's the technology, it's the internet. No, it's the media literacy that we possess, it's the information literacy that we possess, it's the technology literacy that we possess, that we use as a tool in disseminating information. So amateur journalists produce news in many forms, no, ranging from a podcast editorial to a report about a city council meeting on a blog, are usually digital in nature. It can also include text, pictures, audio, or video. So social media plays a major role in disseminating news and promoting citizen journalism content, just like what I mentioned a while back. Most of this can be seen in Facebook or with those, I mean, can be seen on those platforms, right? Napakadaming nating makikitang kakaibang news, no, in Facebook that are being given by some sort of amateur journalists, or could be simple citizen journalists. So napakalaki ng role ng social media. Kaya nga 'di ba yung iba, if they want to gain attention, they want to be popular, no, ang nagiging resort nila is to expose themselves in social media, no? Kaya nga iba nagpapa-viral lang talaga sila kasi nga napakalaking factor ni social media. Alright. Ika nga nila is negative publicity is still a negative publicity, no? Pero I'm not saying that the things that we always see in social media is always negative, no? Karaniwan lang talaga siya. Since the general public has a 24 access to technology, citizens are often the first on scene for breaking news, getting these stories out more quickly than traditional media reporters. Aminin ninyo, di ba? Nakita nyo na sa TikTok, saka pa lang ibabalita ni Jessica Soho. Di ba? Makita nyo pa lang sa Facebook, saka pa lang ibabalita ng GMA Network. No, kasi 24/7, we have the access na. Imagine the influence that the social media has. No? Kaya we really need to be careful. However, unlike professional journalists, citizen journalists may not have conducted the same background research and source verification. This is the risk, which can make these leads less reliable. Kaya yung iba, Hindi sila masyadong nagtitiwala with the information that they are seeing in Facebook. It's just those are those information aren't really that verified yet. Now, there is a chance that it's true, but there is this big chance as well that it's not that really reliable. Kaya yung iba, naghihintay pa rin ng balita, still watching the news. Kasi nga, yeah, maybe they have their own process. Pero, yeah, ayoko na lang mag-talk. All right, so do you still recall the watchdog role of media in democratic society? Yun daw ang role no, ng media in the democratic society. Of course, they do investigations, no, publishing fact-checked no, knowledge, interview political and public figures to increase accountability and democratic governance. Watchdog journalists gather information about wrongdoings of people in power and deliver it to the public so the public can understand what happens in society and stop wrongdoings. That's the expectation. A certain journalist no must be someone who will really squeeze out the truth no out from the mouth of those people who are in power. Now, that's how the democratic society works. No, since we are the ones who elected them, we have the right, so-called right, no, or privilege, no, to know the truth. 'Di ba? Especially nowadays, sobrang controversial no ng mga bagay na nangyayari in our country. Right? But I hope no the journalists that we have that we know nowadays are that really loving the country and not that one-sided in a sense. You know what I mean? Okay. So yeah, with that being said, we are being exposed with some sort of fake news, no? Kagaya nito, ang daming may mga times no na parang 6 years ago I was a victim of fake news as well. Okay. It's the news about Jackie Chan, no? Pero hindi itong news na nandito meron tayo ngayon, no? But the news about his death, no? Like, nung nalungkot pa ako na patay na si Jackie Chan, favorite ko yung Rush Hour, no? Sabay, hindi naman pala talaga siya namatay. So, it's kinda hard. No, I mean, it's kinda sad, no? Ang daming pwedeng, madaming mga fake news na pwede tayong makita. Kaya, just like what we mentioned a while back, we need to access the internet, or we need to be responsible, no, individual in accessing the technology, accessing the information that we are seeing in the media, in the social media platforms that we are accessing. So how to spot fake news? No, first you need to consider the source. Click away from the story to investigate the site, its mission, and its contact information. Check nyo, no? Sino ba yung source? Ano ba yung source? No, sino ba ang nag-publish ng balita? Read beyond. Headlines can be outrageous in an effort to get clicks. No, what's the whole story? This is very important. Beyond the headlines, beyond those words, no, na naka-bold ng itim na sobrang pagkalaki-laki, parang kitang-kita mo siya. Beyond those, there's this more, no? That's the reason why you need to click it and you need to read, understand, and analyze thoroughly. What do you have there? For you to really understand what really happens or what really happened, no, in that news. No, kasi malaki yung possibility na ito yung headline pero iba yung nasa loob. Diba? Enable for us not to be that victim of fake news. You need to read thoroughly and understand it. Also, you need to check the author. What's the credibility of that author? Baka naman kilala yun na taga-sulat ng mga fake news, right? Or taga-imbento ng mga kwento. Why would you trust that person? Huh? Also, supporting sources. No, supporting sources. You need to check, no, the sources. Saan ba kinuha to? Sino ba yung mga tao na nagbigay ng information? Determine if the info given actually supports the story. Baka napakalayo, right? Or if that is not really directly connected with the story you're trying to read. Check the date. Baka outdated na. Diba marami na biktima no, nung mga news na walang pasok. Sabay March 2020 pa pala yun. Right? So, careful with that. Is it a joke? Baka naman kasi joke lang, no? Or trying to, throw some jokes or trying to lighten up the mood of the society, no? That's why it's just a satire, no? 'Di ba? Kaya nga dapat search nyo yung site, search nyo yung author. Check your biases. Consider if your own beliefs could affect your judgment. This is very important, no? In knowing the truth, someone must not be self-serving. What do I mean? Huwag mong babasahin kung ano lang yung gusto mong mabasa. Kung gusto mo talaga malaman yung katotohanan, you need to read both. You need to understand both. You need to check your bias. Baka kasi mali na yung pinaniniwalaan mo and then you're just trying to brush it off, no, with the information na talaga nagsusupport lang dun sa gusto mo. Diba? Ask the experts. As librarian, consult at fact-checking site, or someone na tingin mo makakapagturo sa'yo kung reliable ba or hindi reliable yung nabasa mo news. No? Again, we need to be responsible. Also, with that being said, no, with the emergence of social media, we are being suppressed as well with the online selling phenomenon, lalong-lalo na during the pandemic times, no? We really, what do you call this one? We really utilized this, the Lazada, Shopee, Grab, Food Panda, and a lot more. No, no, and we also the pasabays, no? And that's okay. Kasi that really helped us, no, during the pandemic. And even nowadays, no, I've seen a lot of people who are using those platforms, no, in order for them to get their lives easier. Imagine you're not going to spend money to commute, no, or even gas, no, para sa sasakyan mo para lang mamili ka. Pwede mo nang gawin yan online. No, or even those people who are using those platforms as their job, no, madami tayong natutulungan. It's a win-win situation, no, for us Filipinos. Pero not until, no, nabibiktima tayo ng mga expectation versus reality things, no? Like, in-expect nitong babaeng to pang buong mukha pero hanggang noo lang pala, di ba? So, yun. Yan, mali-mali ang dumating at iba-iba yung tela, iba din yung size, di ba? Tangat sa personal. Right? So this is what I mentioned a while back, the expectation versus reality thing. Yeah. So as we continue, let's proceed with the notion of communication. So communication in general refers to the people or group of people rather imparting or exchanging messages through speaking, writing, gestures, through verbal, nonverbal cues, or even using symbolic forms by utilizing variety of channels for sending and receiving. So communication always plays an essential role, or it's very important in our daily lives. Like, can you imagine life without communicating with other people? Like, you're not going to talk with your classmate, you aren't going to talk with your teacher, you aren't going to talk with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, with your mother, with your father, with your siblings. It's kind of hard, right? It's the reason why they are playing an essential role in our lives. So communication is from the Latin term which means communicare, which means to share or to divide out, and also the word communist that means working together. So according to Bulan and De Leon in 2002, from their book Practical Speech Fundamentals, without speech or oral communication, societies could not attain levels of civilization. Agree or disagree? Of course, we are agreeing with this, no? It is very important for us to be that organized in a sense that we need to communicate. No, there will be no organization in a certain community if there is no communication that's happening. Sabi ika nga nila, di ba? Um, may mga nadadaan naman yan sa mabuting usapan. No, may mga problema na nadadaan sa mabuting usapan. So, in other term, no, or in an easier manner, communication really plays a vital role in order for us to attain certain level. Okay, it transforms society for good, no? It resolves issues, no? It teaches traditions, no? It help us to address, no, what are the things that needed to be addressed. It helps us to simply express what we want to, no? Also, with the term media naman, it's a plural form of medium, just like what I mentioned a while back, describes as any channel of communication. So it's either printed paper or digital data. No? So it encompasses art or directing art, news, educational content, and numerous other forms of information. So it utilizes the internet, not the use of television, the use of radio, magazines, newspapers, or any other platform that we know. Right? Pero nowadays, no, media are being associated, really associated with the internet and the technology kasi halos lahat tayo may access na, no? At napakadali para sa atin. In the context of informatics, media means both the devices used to store data, hard drives, CD-ROMs, diskettes, and so on and so forth. So I don't know if you're still familiar with the diskettes and the CD-ROMs, pero alam ko CD-ROMs, alam ninyo, no? Dati yung mga laptop may mga CD-ROM drive. I don't know what happened right now, pero wala na mga CD-ROM, no? Hard drives, as well as the ones used to transmit, the cables, the wires, or even propagate in its many forms, the videos, the sounds, podcasts, and so on and so forth. So in modern times, media are gravitating more and more towards digital side of this technology. Kasi nga, it's the emergence na of 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 um of another level, kumbaga, no? Emergence na of another level of technology, no? Or advancements, no? Kumbaga, panibagong era na, no, of our society. Modern digital media include all forms of communication that are transmitted electronically across the world through computer networks, fiber optic cables. Some of these modern forms of media, such as the internet or social media, which is the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on and so forth, have completely revolutionized our world, which is true. No, 10 years ago, or let's say 20 years ago, no, sobrang limited, no, yung access natin sa internet, no. Like 20 years ago, we just have the television, we just have the cell phone, which is the keypad type of a cell phone, no, telephone as means of as mediums of communication or medium of communication rather. No, but nowadays, since the emergence of the internet and the advancement of technology, meron na tayong mga ganitong bagay that really consumed us, no? Minsan nga hindi na tayo naglo-load sa cellphone natin kasi as long as we have the Wi-Fi, it's okay. As long as we have the data, we're fine, we're good, no? We're able to communicate, we're able to search and so on and so forth. Sobrang galing lang. Okay, so mass society approach, which sees society as an integrated whole with structures and institutions holding power and authority and exerting control over society. The concept mass arose during 19th century along with the phenomenon of industrialization and the creation of working class. Pero yun nga, no, the downfall of it is that hindi na tayo masyadong nag-uusap-usap, no, minsan. Even when we are eating, before we sleep, no, or even when we do have gatherings, reunions, may inuman kayo ng mga tropa nyo, no, ang hirap ng makipag-usap, lalong-lalo na kapag mayroong cellphone. Diba? Magkakwentuhan na lang kayo, mag-ML pa, ba? Or mag-chat pa, or mag-chat pa ng Facebook and the likes. So we should always we need to be that aware, no, the cost and the pros and cons, no, of that. Responsible use of media, 21st century is also known as the information age. No? People are highly dependent on technology in different aspects of their lives, such as communication, internet, and work-related activities, right? Responsible use of media and information is encouraged, especially in education. So teachers and students are use reliable internet sources rather in acquiring information as well as in researches. Kaya nga 'di ba pag nagre-research kayo, when you are doing your research, you are really that particular to what kind of sources or yeah, what kind of researches yung mga gagamitin ninyo para sa inyong study. Kasi that's in that way you will be that responsible, no, in accessing or in using the media. Others use different media platforms for information dissemination and for social awareness and advocacy purposes. Yeah. The use of getting information via media also has its disadvantages. Una, the risk of invasion of privacy. No? medyo ano tayo dito, medyo exposed tayo, no, dun sa invasion of privacy. Many users are unaware that their personal information can also be taken from their media accounts without their knowledge. Kaya nga 'di ba nauso na ngayon that you need to lock your Facebook account just in case that you do have, or limit the uploads, limit the information that you're gonna post. No, yung iba kinakapos sila sa media literacy. Kaya yung iba pati birthday nila, pati cellphone number nila napo-post nila. No, so kailangan maging aware din tayo nun kasi risky talaga, no, the invasion of privacy, identity theft. 'Di ba yung iba gagawa ng isang account, gagamitin yung picture mo, gagamitin yung pangalan mo, gagamitin yung information mo, and then would scam other people. And that's sad. Ang dami ng naapektuhan, or ang dami ng naloko, kumbaga. Here are some tips for the responsible use of media and information. Ensure personal information safety. Okay, so do not display or give away your personal information. Alam niyo na yan. Full name nyo, edad nyo, birthday nyo, password nyo, cellphone number nyo, sino yung kapamilya nyo, and so on and so forth. Hanggat maaari, gumamit ka ng alias, no? Ako, that's the reason why I'm just using my name, Ja, in my Facebook account, and I lock my profile, no? For me to limit the eyes, no, of those people who could see my account. I'm not really uploading a lot of pictures as well. Ina-upload ko lang yung gusto kong i-upload, yung tingin ko pwede namang i-upload, but the pictures of my son and medyo nililimit ko talaga. And I'm not accepting people who aren't really related to me. Get permission when posting videos or pictures of other people on your social media account. Do not forget to ask the approval of that person you're with. Halimbawa, yung classmate mo, nag-TikTok kayo, tanongin mo siya, Besh, okay lang ba upload ko 'to kasi you're with me? Get permission. And you need to make it sure that you'll get asked permission as well. No, kapag ikaw naman kailangan magtanong din sila ng permission mo, pero kung in-upload yun without your permission, why would you let that happen? Okay? Keep your password safe. No, keep an eye on your account. Let others know your password. Update your password often to avoid your account from being hacked or used by a poser. Halimbawa, kaya nga dapat hindi kayo maglalagay ng information niyo with your birthday, no, or with your whole name kasi malaking possibility na baka connected doon yung maging password niyo, no? So, don't you dare to let your password be known by others. Think, no, before you click, no? When posting or sharing on social media, you need to think first. Basahin, gaya nga ng sabi natin kanina, no? You need to make it sure that you are posting that is something accurate, helpful, informative, nice, and kind to others. Especially that should be kind to others, no? Walang bayad ang pagiging mabuti. No, avoid posting or sharing inappropriate, uncomfortable, or any rude insights on your account. No, don't do that. No, lalong-lalo na kayo because may mga pinag-aralan na kayo, 'di ba? You are on your age. So, think before you click. Spread positivity as much as possible. Share positive and uplifting posts. Avoid negativity, hate on your account. No, because sometimes what you post on social media becomes your reflection. Kahit pa sabihin mo na, hindi naman totoo yun. I just want to share that. No, that reflects you. No? Okay. Just like this. Yan. So again, these are the key concepts for today's discussion: media literacy, information literacy, technology literacy, responsible use of media. And again, don't use social media to impress people. Use it to impact people, according to Dave Willis. And